Hi, my name is Becky, and I wanted to say congratulations on your new job at Southern Belle Princess Parties. This company is my life's work. It is so much fun and it is so rewarding. I hope that you'll enjoy your time here with us. Thank you for watching this full video completely so that you know everything there is to know about working for Southern Belle and being a princess. The first thing I want to talk about today is professionalism. At Southern Belle, whenever you are here, you are representing our company. Our company is for children, so it's really important that we always look professional and act appropriately. So at parties, you'll either be a character or you'll be a character attendant. Character attendants need to be the best dressed people at the party. To be a character attendant, you have two options. The first option for dress is you can wear your nicest attire. Think about what you might wear to Sunday church service. That's what you should wear whenever you go to a party. Nothing's worse than arriving and realizing that you don't look as fancy as everyone else does. The second option, and the option I prefer, is wearing dark colored blue jeans or black jeans. If you do that, then you get to wear one of our Southern Belle Princess Party shirts to the party. I highly recommend this because at a party when you're a manager, it's really helpful to have pockets. And you don't always have pockets in your best Sunday attire. It looks great, parents know who you are and why you're there. So I definitely recommend that. The manager's responsibilities are as follows. The manager should always text the parent the morning of the party. Text the parent to let them know that you and your character are getting ready and that you will be there soon. These people put a lot of trust in us to arrive to their parties, and there's nothing like more than communication. Whenever you arrive at my house to get ready, you should always arrive at least 30 minutes before your leave time. If you do this, you'll have plenty of time to take care of everything you need to. When you arrive, the first thing you'll want to do is pack up your bag for the day. Different parties require different equipment. After you have your bag put together, you're going to need to help the character get dressed. Being in a costume is really uncomfortable, so it's important that you help them as much as you can. Your job is to get them dressed and help them with anything that they may need. The manager usually drives unless the performer and the manager have agreed upon something different in advance. If that happens, please let me know so that I can make sure that I pay the correct person for driving. At the party itself, the manager should call the parent about 10 minutes before the party starts. The character can also call the mom 10 minutes before the party starts if the manager is driving and can't be on their phone. At the party, you'll walk in behind the character. Make sure that you don't stand in all the pictures because the character is the one that really needs to be in the photos. At the party, it's your job to make sure you are familiar with the speaker and that you play the music the whole time. You should also clean up after the character and the children, like during face paint, and make sure that things are set up in advance so that the party runs smoothly. As the manager, it's important that you have all the stuff ready to go. Nothing's worse than being at a party and needing something that you don't have. I always like to be over-prepared than under. At every single party, you're going to need to pack a storybook. We have books that go along with every character and generic books just in case you can't find the book for your character. So this is the first thing you're going to pack. The next thing that you're going to pack is a certificate. Every child at every birthday child is going to receive a certificate signed by the character and with their name on it. It's important that you pack this as parents are expecting it. Next, you're going to need to pack a tiara, but you're actually going to need to pack two tiaras. Just in case something happens to one of them on the way, you always have a backup. It's happened before as well that we show up to a party and there are two birthday children that we didn't know about, so always have two tiaras packed. Next, you're going to want to pack a pillow. We use these pillows for our coronation ceremony and for our prince and princess lessons. Next, at every single party, I like to bring a simple pack of tattoos and one of our spray bottles. This is the best activity to do if you've run out of other things or if you have really shy children that are kind of scared to interact. So I always recommend bringing the tattoos and the squirt bottle. Lastly, at every party, you're going to want to pack business cards. Business cards are a great way to say goodbye to families at the end of the day. Sometimes I even put business cards inside of an envelope, hand it to the parent at the beginning of the party, tell them that there are business cards in there for them and their friends, and if they'd like to leave us a tip, they can leave it in that envelope as well. It's a great icebreaker and a really good way to get our name out there. It's also the manager's job to play the music. So it is very important before the party even starts that you familiarize yourself with the speaker that was available to you. It's your responsibility to have the songs downloaded and ready to go. I've been to parties before where we didn't have cell service, and it was a really good thing I had songs downloaded. Make sure that you download the character's karaoke track and other songs from their show. All of these songs are listed in our manual. It's also a really good idea to have songs like Baby Shark, Head, Shoulders, Knees, and Toes, and the Mickey Mouse Clubhouse downloaded, just in case we have little dancers that want to have more fun. It's important that you make sure that you familiarize yourself with the speaker before the party even starts. This speaker has a power button right here that you push for it to turn on. So if you have any more questions about managing and how to do it, all of that information is located in our manual. Please make sure that you read over and that you familiarize yourself with that. Now I want to take a second to talk to you a little bit about performing, the do's and the don'ts. So whenever you're performing for our company, it's very important that you stick with character integrity. Character integrity means that the character is the same whether they are at Disney World or on Disney Cruise Line or at Southern Belle Princess parties. It's really important that our characters stay the same. So in doing this character integrity model, one thing that I really like is for the characters to have similar makeup. So I have these character guides of excellence, and on each one, these are all online and they are open and welcome to you. There's different information about the character, including the character's autograph, the characters involved in the movie, a little bit about what you can do at the party, makeup inspiration, and poses for pictures. Each character has her very own poses that she does. It's important that you familiarize yourself with this before the party. Nothing will upset me more than if I find out that you went to a party and you haven't seen the character's movie in a very long time. So make sure that you familiarize yourself with your character completely and fully. There are so many good videos on YouTube from different characters at Disney World, from Instagrammers who do princess parties. It's very important that you know your character backwards and forwards. I have those guides for you if you need it. I also have the Disney Parks makeup guides. These are copyrighted, they cannot be distributed, so you are not allowed to take a picture of them or take them from my house. However, what you can do is you can open it up and you can write down what colors you need and how to apply your makeup. These are great, these are very important, especially for photo shoots and for large events where we want to look our absolute best. So at parties, it's very important that you arrive on time and that you stick to your character the entire time that you are there. You always will arrive to my house at least 30 minutes before your event to give yourself plenty of time to get ready. I do not provide shoes, so make sure that you have shoes for all of your characters. I am okay with black, tan, or white character shoes with every single character. The exceptions to that are Anna and Merida need some type of boot, whether that be brown or black. I'm not picky, but they do need boots. And Elsa's Frozen 2 dress needs white boots. I have a pair of a size 9 and a size 6 white boots that you are welcome to borrow if you want to, but I recommend getting your own if she's a character that you're going to play a lot. But because you provide your own shoes, I'm not overly picky, they just need to look okay. You are also welcome to buy yourself a corset. They have these listed on Amazon for $15. They really give you that princess shape and they help so much if you're wearing a corset. If you're wearing a hoop skirt for a long time, the corset will help protect you from getting like rope burn or rash. They're really great and they really do support your body whenever you're performing. Make sure that you are familiar with your character's songs, with their movements, and with their dances. I have all of that information listed in our manual as well. Please take a look at it. It is really important. Next, I want to talk a little bit about things to avoid. These are things that we have learned over the years do not work, and it's important to stay away from them. The first one is holding babies. Babies are fragile, and if they are dropped, that is a big deal. Do not hold babies. Sometimes parents will thrust a baby at you. At Disney, we were trained that if a baby comes at you, you either fold your arms like this so that they cannot hand you the baby, or you sit on the floor and let them put the baby in your lap. That's fine. Parents will often ask you, or they'll just throw the baby in your arms. So it's important that you do not drop a baby, especially if you're something like a mascot or you're wearing gloves and you don't have a good handle. Go ahead and drop to the floor so that you can cradle the baby and it won't fall from you. Another thing to do is to handle the wigs and costumes very carefully. If you do not feel comfortable touching your wig, ask somebody that does feel comfortable to help you put your wig on. Our wigs range anywhere from $200 to $500 each. They have to get restyled often, and they have to get restyled even more often when you don't handle them correctly. Each wig takes about 8 to 12 months to make, which means if you mess up or destroy one of our only wigs for that specific character, it can take me a lot of time to replace it and get it fixed. Wigs are very fragile. They cannot be flipped like you do in theater. They need to be not touched as much as possible. Please make sure that you are careful with your wig. You may not take your wig off in the car and lay it in the seat beside you. If you are going far away, you can bring your wig bucket with you and leave the wig on the foam head. Take it off for the party and put it back on the foam head after the party. I'm fine with that, but you may not take off the wig and let it jostle around in the car. When you're in the car, if you're wearing a wig, please do not lean all the way back because you'll mess up the back of the wig. These wigs are very, very fragile. The other thing is to handle our costumes very carefully. Each one of our costumes has about the same amount of wait time, only they're 2 and 3 times more expensive than the wigs. They are very fragile and they can fall apart easily. Please make sure that you take good care of them. If for some reason the costume has damage on it, please let me know immediately so I can take care of it. This is another reason though why I highly recommend wearing a corset, because you will sweat into your own corset and not into the dresses, which will help them last longer, and you won't have to smell other people whenever you perform. Another thing to make sure that you avoid is taking the attention all away from the birthday girl. So the birthday child, sometimes they're shy and sometimes they're really outgoing, but the parent of that child is the one that paid for you to be there, so it is important that they get your attention. If you're ever at a party and everyone is shy and scared, one really great thing that you can do is reach out and find a kid who isn't scared and spend your time with them. It'll make their day happy as well. But it is very important to give your attention to the birthday girl. I used to tell people that as the character, I get all the attention and then I put it on the birthday girl as much as she can handle. It's important to learn how to read your audience and read who you are with, but that's a great way to do that. Do not eat or drink in costumes as much as possible. Sometimes at parties, parents will force food on us. If that happens, be as respectful as you can, but do your best not to eat or drink in the costumes. You are expected to work on Saturdays and Sundays unless you have previously requested off or let us know. The most important thing probably of all with this company is if you are on the schedule, you stay on the schedule. If you are asked if you can work something and you say yes, you have to work it. We don't have understudies here. You have to work when you are scheduled. There is nothing worse than me having to cancel a party because somebody didn't show up, which I've only had to do once. It cost me about $700 to end up fixing it because that parent was really upset. We ended up having to refund them in full and give them a free party that was even longer than the original to suffice and make them happy. We have never had a bad review, and I don't plan on getting one. So it's very important that if you say that you're going to be somewhere, that you are there. I have been to parties before where my company covered for another person's company because they weren't going to show up, and the kids, it meant the whole world to them. Nothing is more devastating than you expecting your favorite character to show up and then they don't. So it is very important, if you are on the schedule and something comes up with your life and you cannot work, you must find someone else to take it, and if you cannot, you must work it. That is the thing that I am most strict about. It is a very easy way to get fired from this company is if you are on the schedule and then you don't work. All right, so next we're going to talk about how to put on a wig. Our wigs are very expensive, they are hard to restyle, and they take a long time to get made. These wigs need to last us a very long time, and it's very important that you know how to put them on, take them off, and care for them whenever you are at your parties. So the first thing you're going to need to be familiar with is wig caps. Some performers choose to buy their own wig caps so they don't have to share with other people, but I do always have some in the studio if you want to use them. This is my personal favorite. It's netted and it has a hole at both the top and the bottom. You can also use this kind though that just has the bottom open, just like this. So how you would put on your wig cap, and this is what I like to do. My hair is very thick. I'm not good at braiding, so this is how I do it. If you know how to do braids, that is even better. Some people do pin curls all over. You can find YouTube videos about that. But for us, this is how I like to do it. I grab all my hair together and go like I'm gonna make a low ponytail. But then I take my hair, twist it up, and kind of put it on top of my head. Once I get it up there, the thick band, because there's two sides, the one that's thicker, that's the one that's going to go all the way around your head. So what I like to do, stick my hand in there, grab this, put the thick band around my head, and then once it's like this, I can literally take my hair, push it all around so that it's even, and there's not like a big bulge back here or up here. So that is the best way to put on your wig cap. Pull it up, that helps too. So once you've done that, it's time to work with your wig. So all of our wigs come in these boxes, and you'll see that each one is labeled. So I have some of my own wigs, and if they're ever like that for me, you'll see it on there. So what you'll do, you can take this carrying case to and from your party once you feel comfortable. Before you feel comfortable though, it's best just to take your box with you but put your wig on before you leave the studio, especially when you're starting out. However, if you ever have a party that's like 2 hours away, one great thing you can do is put your wig in this box, it already comes in the box, is bring your wig with you and then take it right to the party, put it on in the car, do the party, and then take it off once you get back out to the car. So what you'll do is you'll open this up and remove the lid. So sometimes what I like to do is take a picture of my wig when it's right here so that I can see what it looks like, so I know how to put it back in there. So Ariel, you'll notice, has these three little clips, these three little pins right here. That is to help, her bang keep its shape. If your wig has something like this, whenever you take it out of the box, make sure you put it back whenever you put it on. The next thing you'll notice is two pins right here. Whenever you're done with the wig, always put a pin here and here. Think about alien tentacles. You'll put them right there, and that way the performer next to you always knows where to pull out the pins. What happens is sometimes people use too many pins all over, and then a performer that goes to get the wig after you will think that they removed everything. They didn't, and then when they go to pull the wig off, it'll snag on a pin that's already in it. So make sure you just put your wig back with the two, and then what you'll do is you'll pull them off. So pull off one, and I stick it down there where it's not going to get caught. Pull off the second one. Now it's very important that you know not to touch the bangs on any of the characters. The bangs are very fragile and they can get messed up so easily, and they're very hard to fix. So you will never need to touch the bang while you are working with your wig. What you'll do is you'll take your hand and you'll slide it right here underneath the wig and slide your whole hand under there. And then once your hand's on the inside, you simply pull the head away. And now you will see that my hand is inside my wig. It's helping it keep its shape, and I'm not touching the hair. I'm doing it as little as possible. The inside of the wig, you'll notice there are two hooks. My head fits perfectly whenever these hooks are hooked together. Some people, however, will need to take the hooks and hook them to one of the inside portions in there, and that will help create your wig size. So once I've done that, I'm going to take my wig behind me, never touching the bangs. I'm going to grab the front of the inside of the wig band and pull it down, and I pull it down pretty low. Once I do that, I go underneath, grab the head from the bottom. There's a cap inside here that I'm touching. Grab it from the bottom. And then if I need to fix anything, I can grab these sides to adjust it. Wigs have these little ear holes right here that shows you exactly where your wig should line up. So once I've done that, I have it on my head. If I preset the hooks, then I'm good. If not, I'm just going to reach underneath, find the 2 hooks, and clip them together. And that is going to help keep my wig in place. What you can do now, and always remember where you put them, is grab a couple bobby pins, and you can use them to secure the wig around your head. So I like to put one bobby pin right here beside my ear. It's a very easy place to hide the bobby pin where no one will ever see it. Same thing with over here. Grab it by my ear, push that in. I'll also put one right here at the bottom of my head and one right here. That helps me keep the wig in place as I'm moving around and dancing. If you're a character with an updo, you'll have to be a little bit creative. Never move the wig's hair, always move your own hair. Some Princess Party performers, if they have really thick like black hair that are down their neck, say there's playing Cinderella, sometimes they'll shave off that little nape of their neck so that it doesn't show underneath the wig. You can definitely do that, but never ever move the wig around to cover your own hair. You are always going to need to move your hair instead of the wig. Get your hair out of the way because it's not going to break and fall off and be expensive to replace, but the wig is. So make sure that you do that if you ever need to wear an updo and be a little bit more creative that way. Many performers also like to use these little bands. They're no slip grips. They go over your wig cap and before you put on your wig. They are very helpful. I love these. You can purchase these for like $5 or $10 at Sally's, or you can borrow one of mine if you want to. These are especially good if you have an updo. So now I'm going to show you how to remove the wig. You'll come to the back and unclip it if you've clipped it to itself. Then you'll take out each and every bobby pin that you put in the wig. Careful not to pull on the hairs. Okay. Then without touching the bangs, I'm going to take my hands against my own hair and wig cap, and I'm going to just simply slide my hand underneath there, hold it from the side if I have to touch it, and pull it straight off of my hair. You can see that it's snagged right here. So if I didn't know what was happening, I would take off my whole wig cap and then come to investigate. So my wig band got stuck to my wig cap. No problem, I just took it off. Now I'm going to take the head, put the wig on top of the head, make sure that it's lined up with the pins and that it's in its perfect spot. Next I'm going to take the T-pins that were already in it, place one on one side, one on the other, just like alien tentacles. Then I'm going to put it back in the box however it was before. So it just so happens that Ariel goes in like this, with her curls right behind her, and then I gently place her curls inside so that they are not damaged or moved too much. Now I'm going to show you real quick how to put on an updo like Anna. So let's start with this wig cap so I can show you both. Again, I do this. You're welcome to do pin curls or braids if that works best for you. But this is my favorite thing to do. Make sure my hair is all moved around so I have no big bulge. Then I'm going to take my no slip grip. These are especially good if you have characters with an updo. So I'm going to take my no slip grip, put it right around my head, and just Velcro, just like that. I'm going to open up my box. Okay, so Anna is pretty top heavy. So I'm going to take one finger and place it right there very gently. I'm going to pull out one of the pins, pull out another pin, and that should be all that's in there at the last performer that wore her did it right. So now I'm going to take my hand and gently slide it underneath her wig, never touching the bangs. And I'm going to pull this off, just like this. Now I'm going to take it in from behind. I'm going to pull this down as far as I can on my forehead. Then I'm going to grab the back and pull it down. And for me, it's kind of hard because I don't have a mirror right now. But I'm going to pull this up a little bit, and I can feel that my ear is over the side and my ear is over the side. I'm going to go back and find my hooks. I already have them in there in my size, so that is perfect. So now I'm just going to look and make sure that you cannot see my hairnet, that you cannot see my wig band. And if that is good, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to put in a bobby pin. I like to put it in again right here. It's a really good, secure place to have it. I'll put this in again right here. And then if I have any of my own hairs that are showing back here, I might take this, pull it over it, and pin it down. If you have somebody else with you that they can help you during this part, again, pull it down so that my own hair isn't showing. Remember not to touch the bangs. And it looks like I did this pretty well. So now I'm going to just remove the bobby pins that I put in. There are other ways to do this as well with a different type of pin. I've never used those kinds. They look like this. If you know how to use them, that's fine. But I've found that with new people, it causes more damage than it helps. But I do use those as well sometimes. So I'm going to remove that. And then I remember I put one by each ear. So I'm going to remove that. Remove this one. And now without touching the bangs, I'm going to stick my hand underneath. Put the fist in there just like I did with Ariel. Remove the wig. My hand is still in there helping it keep its shape. One pin. One pin. Now I will gently put her back in her box the way I found her. And that is how you put on and take off an updo.